Hi there, Aries. Happy March and welcome back to Star-Lord is Tarot. This is your monthly forecast for the month of March, where I break it down week by week with a central energy. So let's get started on your, well, for some of you, happy birthday if you're celebrating a birthday at the end of March when we begin Aries season. But let's get started on your reading. For your overall energy, Aries, you have Major Arcana, the Lovers, in the upright position. Well, the Lovers tends to stand for a big choice, a big decision. Let's go through these cards first, and then we'll get to the intense part of the reading. So, it looks like it's going to be an intense month for you. The first week, you have Major Arcana Judgment rooted down by Major Arcana the World in the upright. Then for week 2, you have the Ace of Cups rooted down by the Queen of Swords. Upright. Week 3, you have the Eight of Pentacles rooted down by the Knight of Cups in the upright. And in week 4, you have the Five of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by the Five of Swords reversed. So, let's get to your overall energy. The Lovers. Okay, so definitely and obviously this can represent a need to make a decision on the romantic front. It absolutely can. Some of you could have been maybe dating a couple of people and you weren't quite sure. You know, maybe you just wanted to keep it going that way, but somebody could be putting pressure on you to make a choice, make a decision. For others of you, this could be about 2 different companies, perhaps, that you are thinking about working with or working for. It could be there's an option there. With the Lovers too, it could be something as simple as we can always choose to love, we can choose not to love. Ultimately, we have free will. The choice is ours. We can bring a relationship to the next level, or we can let it stand as is. We can move away from it. We have multiple choices. The Lovers can also come up when it's a choice between 2 business partners, perhaps, or like I said, 2 different companies to work for. It could be, this is your overall energy for the month of March. If something obviously is changing, something is going on, you're being given some kind of ultimatums for some of you. For others of you, this could be an option or a choice. Especially, it comes on strong March for you. At the beginning of the week, you have Judgment in the upright position, rooted down by the World. Now, the Judgment card upright can sometimes point to a need to make a judgment call on something. Now, it can be due to a resurrection, something that comes back on the table again. It would make sense in maybe the romantic sense for some of you, with the Lovers being here. Perhaps you started dating someone and someone from the past, a relationship you thought was done and dusted, maybe is coming back up again. And you could be caught in the middle of that situation. But remember, again, we have free will. Just because something returns again, we can always say thanks, but no thanks. We can always just use that opportunity sometimes as a closure situation. For others of you, this could represent another perhaps company or a job that you once worked at. Perhaps is now hiring again. That could be why you have the choice of the option here. It looks like a little bit of an intense decision making for you this month, Aries, especially with the rooting down here of the World in the upright position. The World is, these are 2 heavy hitters to come right at the beginning of the month for you. So something is obviously on the table for some Aries out there. So the World is about, I call it my graduation card. This is about a wrap up of something. For some of you, it could be the end of a long-standing marriage or relationship, perhaps. But this wouldn't be something that comes out of the blue. This would be something that's already been in the works. Usually, by the time the World card shows up, this is just representing the sort of actual, filing of divorce papers or the signing of divorce papers. Sometimes this can represent the end of a career, a long-standing career, something we don't want to do anymore. Maybe we want to close that out because we want to work somewhere else, or we want to go into business for ourselves. Some of you could just be literally graduating perhaps from courses or from university, and you're just going back in, or you're starting your actual career. You're starting to work now for a living, leaving the scholastic years behind. You are the graduate moving into something new. For others of you, this could represent retirement. Sometimes the World will come up when it's time to perhaps just pack it in. I've done my time in the work world, and it's time for me. It's me time now. It's time for me to just call it a day on that. Perhaps, cash in the old 401 and go maybe travel or do something different, live somewhere else. Also, too, the world can represent letting go of a long-standing home, too, that we've been at for a long time, and perhaps it's time to sort of sell that. Maybe your children are all grown now and you don't need such a big home anymore. You've raised your family there. It's time to let go and, downsize. The situation, remember, it's just a general read. So it's different for all of you. Just take what applies if it does apply. Now in week 2, you have the beautiful Ace of Cups in the upright, rooted down by the Queen of Swords upright. So the Ace of Cups in this week 2 could represent the start of something new. We see the ending in the first week of something. So this could be the start of something new. It could be an offer from the universe to do something you absolutely love. Sometimes the Ace of Cups will come up as something as like, your heart's desire. It's like, I always wanted to have a chance to work or even have this hobby. Maybe some of you have retired, like I said, and maybe you're taking up a new hobby or something and it's just your heart's desire to do so, and this is something you really love to do. For others of you, the Ace of Cups can represent new life coming in, like literally coming into the family. Perhaps it's your own child being born, or it could be a grandchild or somebody, a godchild coming into this world, and maybe in week 2 you're meeting them for the first time, and that overwhelming feeling of love can pop up. Sometimes this can even pop up when we obtain a pet. Perhaps a baby animal can sometimes come into our experience, and that overflowing of love. Sometimes the Ace of Cups can represent self-love, finally realizing our own worth in a situation and seeing how much we mean, and doing the special things that we would do for a loved one. We're doing it for ourselves now. This can also obviously, it is, springtime, right? Love is in the air. It can represent new love coming into your experience. It could be an offering from the universe. Somebody comes into your sphere that you just absolutely have a deep emotional connection to. The Queen of Wands here is rooting it down. It's rooting it down in logic, mental, cerebral thoughts. The truth and nothing but the truth is what the Queen of Swords is all about. Well, first of all, it is a court card, so it could be representing a person for some of you. The Queen of Swords, if it is representing a person, it could be air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. For some, it could just be embodying yourself, embodying the energies of the Queen of Swords, where you're just feeling like speaking your truth, being extremely clear in your speech. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can represent somebody you're talking to, maybe in the, like the Queen of Swords can represent like an arbitrator, a lawyer, police officer, somebody in the legal field, could be a judge or something like that. So it could be for some of you, maybe this is the new love interest for you, but for others of you, this could just be representing that maybe at this point where Aries is at, it's just about, speaking your mind, speaking your truth, the truth as you know it. Could be making sure that, everything that's going on with you emotionally is also rooted in something that's logical and, reasonable and truthful. Moving on to week 3, we have the 8 of Pentacles here in the upright position, rooted down by the Knight of Cups. Well, the 8 of Pentacles is a card that represents sort of putting nose to grindstone. It does make sense here, especially at the beginning of the week and with the decision looming here. Aries is getting hard at work, it looks like, by week 3. Putting something, like you're putting, for some of you, you're putting the finishing touches maybe on something. Others of you, you're starting something brand new and you're working really hard and really diligently towards the, the end game of this new thing that you're trying. You could just be sort of minding your own business, trying to get your financial status up, things like that. You could just be working really hard at work. But along comes the Knight of Cups in the upright position. Well, you got the Ace of Cups here. Now you have the Knight of Cups, the Knight in shining armor. The Knight of Cups is known as the romantic dreamer. Again, it's a court card, could be representing a person. If it's representing a person, this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Now, it could be for some of you, there is a water sign amidst your reality here and is coming in, or it could just be representative more of this Ace of Cups from week 2, where, you know, new love, new emotion is being bubbled up inside of you. And perhaps the Knight of Cups is just where that offer now finally comes in. Maybe things are turning romantic. This person that you've noticed maybe in week 2 that's sort of got your heart pumping a little faster is now making that actual offer towards you, a romantic offer. For some of you, it's about an offer. You know, perhaps in week 2 you realize something that really captures your attention on the emotional front in week 2. Could be a new idea, like I said, or a hobby or something like that. But it could be now that you actually are offered something in that particular field that you love so much. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can represent some type of offer of a dream job or something that you've always wanted to do, especially if it's in the creative arts or things like that. Because the Cups do govern the creative aspects of career and life in general. Moving on to week 5, we have the 5 of Pentacles here in reverse, rooted down by the 5 of Swords in reverse. All of your other cards are upright except this 4th week of March. So the 5 of Pentacles in reverse can indicate a returning. You know, the Lovers is here. Judgment is also here. There could be something or someone returning in the month of March. Perhaps, again, something you thought was done and dusted. The 5 of Pentacles in the upright position can sometimes point to a person or people that have abandoned us. And perhaps that now they're back on the scene, they're returning again. Or people that you have abandoned, perhaps you're returning to them. That could be the case for some of you. For others of you, the 5 of Pentacles can be about finances. The 5 of Pentacles upright can represent where we're just concerned about our finances, not sure if there's enough to, you know, hold the line in a situation. But when the card is inverted, this represents that we are now able to get our finances under control. It's not a card that really represents like an auspicious amount of financial and, you know, stability. But the thing is, with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, does indicate that we've got the financial situation under control, so that we're not feeling like the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Right, because this points back to the 4 of Pentacles upright, which is a card that can oftentimes indicate savings or putting money aside each month to, you know, say for example, if you had debt surmounting and all of a sudden you put it all into one loan and now you have one manageable monthly payment. That can sometimes come up in a financial reading with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Now, rooted down by the 5 of Swords in reverse, this is where the battle has ended. 5 of Swords in the upright can point to where we're at odds, and since the 2 5s came up together, could be for some of you there was a battle going on. It could have been concerning finances, could have been concerning work, all the stuff that the pentacles kind of represent, the tangible things in life. So it could have been that there is you see like a restoration at the end of the month of this situation. 5 of Swords being in reverse, indicating that the battle is over. Sometimes the 5 of Swords can not only just be battling with other people, it can also represent an inner battle where we're of two minds of something, or you know, we just can't, we're wrestling with a certain situation. But it's in reverse, indicating that the battle is over and the financial situation looks like has stabilized by week's end. Very interesting reading. And in closing, like I always do, I pull a couple of zodiac cards, see what kind of signs could be involved, like astrological signs that could be involved in your month. We pull one first for love and romance and the second for finance and career. So let's start off with your love and romance. Let's see what card comes up for Aries. We have Taurus, reevaluations, Taurus. So it could be for some of you, perhaps when the moon's in Taurus, or it could be a Taurus is the romantic interest, or it could be a Taurus, perhaps introduces you. There is a big heart on the card, if you notice there. So this is for love and romance. Interesting. So there could be like I said, the Taurus could be your romantic interest, but it could also represent a Taurus introduces you to a love interest, or it could be when the moon is in Taurus, something incredibly romantic happens. So let's see now for your career and finance, what sign comes up for Aries for career and finance. We have Cancer, home. So it could be a home business. It could be representing something might happen when the moon is in Cancer this month, or it could be a Cancer is a business partner. We do see the Knight of Cups here, could indicate a water sign. So this could be a business partner approaching you or something like that. That's what I have for you, Aries. If the reading helped you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below if this resonated for you. Do tell us how so. So that's it for now. Take care. Much love. Namaste. Bye-bye.